guys, we're in the dining room today and we're gonna decorate the buffet. So I just wanted to give you a couple of reminders before we start this about the peppermint theme that I'm doing. If you've watched any of my videos, you already know that this place setting is the inspiration, specifically this candy cane plate. So this is the plate that I found thrifting. My tradition is to go thrifting every year for Christmas plates. I found this and I wasn't sure about the pink in it. I wanted to elevate it to make it more elegant, not so cutesy. So I wasn't sure about it. But then I walked around the thrift store that day, the same thrift store, and I found this charger and this plate the same day. And I thought, with this place setting, I can definitely elevate this candy cane theme. And then you saw I found some beautiful things at Hobby Lobby that I'll show you in a minute that I'm gonna be using on here. But I also wanted to remind you of the two arrangements that I've already made for the centerpiece that's gonna go on the dining room table. And we'll be doing that in a different video. But I wanted to just give you a refresher. So that same day I found this vase, which I was like, okay, yes, we can definitely elevate it. So I made this arrangement out of mostly thrifted items too. Now some of this is not thrifted, some of the picks, but some of them are that I actually found again that same day. It was kind of an interesting day that I was able to find so many things to use for this one, place setting for the theme that I wanted. And then I made this one with you in my open house video. I showed you how I made this. So you know that I have this boa that's in here. So I'm gonna be using boas on the dining room table centerpiece. I'm not gonna use boas on the buffet, but I am going to do some things that I think will pull that white in and maybe that snowy feel. So we'll see. But here is this one. And remember, this is a little ornament vase that I found, but it has a lid with it. I'm not using the lid. I just wanted to make this arrangement that I am going to pair these on the dining room table as part of the centerpiece. But there will be way more to that centerpiece. So you're gonna definitely have to come back and watch that video when I set the dining room table and make that centerpiece. I'm really excited about that. But I wanted you to have this in mind as we start working on the console, because they have to work together. So it's gonna all have to tie in. And the main thing that I'm gonna be using on my console are these beautiful Christmas trees that I found at Hobby Lobby. So when I saw these, I just knew that I had to use these. These were gonna be perfect for my candy cane theme. So you can kind of get an idea of how all of this is gonna blend together. So now let's start working on the buffet. I can't wait for you to see how it's gonna turn out. Can you tell? I keep telling y'all, I'm so excited about this candy cane theme. I don't know why. It's making me feel like a little kid, I guess. I just love it. And I love the idea of trying to elevate it, make it more elegant. So I hope you like it as much as I do. Let's get started. Since I'm doing this candy cane theme, I want to bring in all the snowy white vibes that I can. So I bought some of this snow blanket. This is actually way bigger than what I need. I'm gonna have to cut it down. And I may end up not using it. I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna look, but I thought I would like to try it and see. So I think I'm gonna try putting that down first, and then we'll start adding in all of our decorations. now that I've got my snow blanket cut, I'm gonna start adding in all of my Christmas trees. So I have two different sizes of Christmas trees. I have the larger ones and the smaller ones, and I'm just going to end up making a little, I don't know, I want to say a village of Christmas trees, a little forest of Christmas trees, I don't know what you call it, but I'm going to just stagger the trees. But I also want to vary the heights a little bit more than they are here. And the reason for that is just to add a little more drama to it, and also because I know what I'm going to be doing for my centerpiece, and I need the height here to just be a little bit higher. So I have these pedestals that I'm going to use for my two larger Christmas trees, and I'm just going to stagger my trees throughout, going back and forth between the larger ones and the smaller ones, and then adding these pedestals as I go along. I know I keep cutting out, I'm sorry. I will fix the camera so that I will be in frame better from now on. But I'm just gonna go ahead and add this last Christmas tree in. And so when I do stuff like this, I just like to play around with it. I never know, you know, exactly how it's gonna go. And then I like to get it set up like I think I'm gonna like it. And then I will step back from it and look at it just to see if it's giving me the exact vibe that I want. I love how the Christmas trees are set up. So now I'm gonna start working on my garland. So I have 3 picks that I'm going to be using for my garland. So the main pick is going to be this mistletoe. So I just think that it works so beautifully for my candy cane theme. I love just kind of the lightness of the green and the snowy feel to it with the little red berries. I just think it's perfect. Then of course for the candy cane theme I need white. So I'm gonna be cutting these apart and using in with the garland. And then as you can see, I also have these beautiful picks. I love the red with the frosting on them. So I'm probably gonna be cutting these apart as well. But these 3 are what's going to end up making up my garland. So maybe you can kind of get a feel of where I'm going for this. You'll have the green with, of course, Whitney says it's glitter season. I think he's right. So you'll see it's gonna kind of end up looking like this. So we're gonna start putting it together. I am just going to kind of put it in and around. So let's get to that. And then once I get the garland the way that I want it around all of my Christmas trees, I'm gonna come back and I have some other little things that I'm gonna add in on top of the garland. So I think it's gonna turn out beautiful. I'm excited just thinking about it. So let's get to it. Cut the tags off of a bunch of these. I'm probably gonna need more. I sure hope I have enough. I think I have enough to do this. But my plan is I'm just gonna put them around throughout, and I'm gonna go back in here in a minute and kind of spread these particular ones don't spread out a lot, but they will spread out a little bit. So I'm gonna go in and do that. I know I'm kind of starting in the middle, but I'm just trying to get a feel for how I want this. I want it to go in and around. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out what I like best. And again, I say this all the time, but you know, you just have to play with this stuff to see how you want it. And I think I'm gonna want this a little bit, maybe heavy on the garland. I don't know, we'll see. But what I do know is that my girls like to try to get stuff like this. So I'm just gonna have to try to keep it to where perhaps they won't be able to get a hold of it too badly, because I don't want them pulling this down. So I just want it to like swirl in and out. So I think if it goes around the pedestals like this, I think that will end up looking good. So we'll see. I'm gonna cut some more tags off. I have to cut all the tags off of these, and then I'm just gonna play around with it, kind of get it like I want it, and then I'll come back and talk to you. looks like now, and I like it, but I feel like it needs a little bit more. So I'm going through and putting another layer. I'm just worried because my girls do like to jump on here, and I'm afraid that they're gonna jump up and try pulling it off if I get it too close to the edge. But I don't like the way it looks with this much of the snow showing. I just feel like it needs more. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try adding more, and we'll see. I don't know how this is going to look if I come through with some in front, but I just think, I almost feel like it needs that so that it looks like the garland, like these are sitting in the garland. What do you think? I think that's gonna make it look better. And let's try this one. Of course, I'm gonna have to cut those tags off, but yeah, see, I like that way better than having this showing. So I think I'm gonna have to come in with a few picks. I may need to move these a little bit to get it not quite so close to the edge, but these girls, y'all, they will come in and they're gonna destroy this, but we're gonna get it like we want it anyway. Here's what it looks like with just the mistletoe before I start adding embellishments. I definitely like it. I think it turned out really nice. I definitely like it coming in front of all of the Christmas trees. And I think once I add in the white picks and the berry picks, I think it's going to look really, really good. So, yeah, so this, with the white and the red, I think it's gonna look so good. And then I have a few more things that I'm gonna add on top when I'm done with that. So I think what I'm gonna do with these is just cut them apart and stick them throughout, just to bring in some more of those white and red colors that we want for our candy cane theme. Cut a few of the white picks because I just want to go through and stick these in, and I think I will get a lot more out of these by cutting them apart. I may even need to cut them apart a little bit more. I'm just wanting to add in this white color because I feel like that really gives me that peppermint vibe that I'm going for. I don't need this to look perfect, and I think I'll get a lot more use out of these, or make the most of them, by cutting them apart. I don't need a ton of these. I just want to run a little bit throughout so I have that pop of that crisp white color. So it's kind of what I'm thinking with this. So I just wanted to cut a few and see how it looks and maybe how many I'm going to need, because I prefer not to cut more than what I really need, so I can keep my picks together as much as possible. But I think for applications like this, it is so worth cutting the picks apart to really get that look that you want. And always remember, even on kind of tight picks like this, go ahead and fluff them. They will look so much better if you kind of just spread them apart, fluff them up a little. Of course, it always depends on the exact application that you're using, but I definitely think the fluffing helps a lot. I just want to get this in mixed more with the greenery. And of course, I know every time I'm putting something in here, I know the girls are just going to go after it. But, you know, the price we pay for decorating, right? Okay, I like that. So I like how it's just kind of stemming through. I don't need a lot of these. I'm just gonna cut a couple more and I think we'll be good to go. I've cut a few of these picks apart, so I have some little pieces. So again, these look so much better when you fluff them. And like I did on my drink station for my open house video, I doubled these up and I feel like it gives more impact when you do this because they end up being kind of small. So I think when you double them, they look really good. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of pop them in here. And I'm not sure if I'll keep them exactly on the white, but I kind of like it because I think they pop against the white and give me that red, white, candy cane vibe that I'm going for. So I have one right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and pair these. Fluff, fluff, fluff. I really think that's what makes a huge difference with any kind of garland or picks that you're using. Always take the time to fluff. So I'm definitely gonna put them with the white and then I'll see if I wanna spread a few more of them just around a little bit. So I'm gonna go through and do this and then I'll show you what it looks like. I think the brighter red of these picks makes a big difference. I think it gives me more of that candy cane color red. So I really do like these picks. I think they're gonna end up making a statement. I just think it helps with the white. It gives me, I keep saying it, you know, the candy cane feel, the vibe that I'm going for, but it gives a little more impact to the white too without adding too much. I don't want to overdo this. I kind of like it just a little bit simple, but I think that this is going to be just perfect. And then once I've done this, that's for the most part what I'm going to do with my garland, but I do have a few elements I'm going to add in, just a couple things to help make it. But I think just doing these little picks, just adding these into every place where I put the white pick, it's just gonna be the little touch that I need. I want this, like I said, to look elegant. I am not going for a cutesy look at all. So I think the sparkliness and the glitter just gives me that elegant look that I'm going for. I feel like I'm almost done. I love how it's looking at me. Even from back here, I feel like I get that candy cane theme, but I do have a couple of elements I'm gonna add. So I have these. I have a few more. Of course, I'm gonna need to cut the tags off, but I'm just gonna add those in. I can't remember if I have 4 or 6 of them, but I'm gonna go get them out of the garage and add that. And I think that might be it. That might complete my look. Went to get the rest of my ornaments. So I have these 2 that are this shape, and I know I have another one of these, but I cannot find it. So I'm gonna make it work with 3, but I also found these 2 candy canes that I found at the thrift store this year. I think they were like, I don't remember if they were 50 cents a piece or $1 a piece. So I picked these up, and I think between these things, I'll be able to get a nice look in my garland and really tie in that candy cane theme. Of course, these are glass. I love these. I found them at Hobby Lobby last year. I don't want anything to happen to these, so I'm gonna be really careful. If it looks like the girls are gonna come after them, I may end up taking them off, but we'll see. Since I only have one of these, I'm gonna put it more in the center, or maybe I shouldn't use that one at all. Maybe I should only use these 2 because I don't have a really good center place to put this one. Because I definitely don't want to put it in the front here and have the girls get it. I guess I could do that, but I'm really afraid the girls will get it and pull it down and break it. So I'm not sure that I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go with these 2, and I'm going to grab my candy canes. I need to cut, I don't want this. whatever you call these. I don't know why. Y'all know I struggle with my words. Whitney and I were laughing about that the other day. I don't know what it is with me. I'm always struggling with my words. So yeah, I kind of like that. So if I put the candy canes here, one on each side, and then I have those, I think that's good. I don't really need any on the ends, and that fills out the center of this. So I definitely like it, I do. So I always use ornaments for things like this, and even though this has the little ornament topper, I really don't care. I still think it looks nice, and ties in, like I said, my theme. If there was any question already about this being a candy cane theme, there is not anymore. I love it, y'all. And wait until you see this, especially with the garland, with the table setting. It's gonna look good. Wait, I'm gonna grab my place setting and I'm just gonna show you. Here's the place setting, and you see, you kind of get a feel for how I'm doing this. I think it's gonna look so good when it's done. Wait until you see the table. I know, I'm so excited. I don't know what it is. Do y'all get excited like this over your Christmas decorating? It's like, it's just so much fun to me. There's something about being creative in this way that is just very exciting to me. And when I can use things that like are thrifted like this and then combine it with other things, and I just get this vision in my head, it's just so much fun. As I'm looking at this, I'm not sure that I like the snow blanket on here. I'm not sure if it might look better without it. I'm gonna leave it though, because I'm not gonna take all this apart. But I could end up cutting around it if I decide that I really don't like it. But I don't wanna do anything to mess it up. I just might like fold it under. I could probably just do that, like fold it under a little bit. I don't know. Now that I'm folding it, I'm not sure I like that either. So I'll probably leave it. But again, that's the stuff that I'm telling you. You just have to play around with it. And I did not put fairy lights in here yet. I'm gonna come back and put fairy lights in this another time. But I'm probably gonna put them inside the trees because it's sort of opaque in there. And I'm thinking if I put fairy lights inside of it, that they would light up. And then I'm gonna put fairy lights, of course, through the garland. I really just wanna give it a chance before I do that, see how the girls do with it, and if I need to make any changes before I start adding fairy lights or anything like that. So definitely let me know what you think about this. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help out my channel. And if you're not already subscribed, I'm not sure why, because we are having so much fun for Christmas. Make sure you're subscribed, turn on your bell notification so you'll know when all my Vlogmas videos come out. I still have so much decorating to do and other plans that I have for you for Vlogmas. I'm definitely gonna start cranking out some videos for you and try to get out, like I said, 3 to 4 a week. I know I'm behind this week, but we're gonna hopefully get caught up and get you at least 3 videos this week. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.